welcome to Otis Place. It's so good to have you here. Thank you for clicking on this video. If this is your first time on the channel, hello, my name is Otabi. It's good to have you here. On this channel, I make videos on mostly natural hair and a little bit of lifestyle. If that's something you're interested in, then this is the place for you. If you're already a subscriber, what can I say? Thank you so much for coming back to watch the video. I'm so honored to have you on the channel. Without further ado, let's go straight into today's business. In today's video, I just want to give you a few things or a few tips that could help you with your edges. I get a lot of questions about edges. People say, how do I grow my edges? My edges are thinning. How do I grow them? My edges are breaking off. What do I do? So I just compiled a few tips, a few points that I know have helped me and could be of help to you if you're trying to grow your edges, if you're struggling with growing your edges. Guys, trust me, there was a time where I didn't have edges for a while until I discovered what was causing the problem and tried to fix it. And so far, I think I've been successful because my edges are looking good. The number one thing I really think we should address is to make sure that you're not deficient in any vitamin. I think I've mentioned this in a video before of trying to grow your hair. If you're deficient in vitamin D, in iron, it could cause your hair to thin. It could cause breakage in your hair. So if you know that you're experiencing thin edges, breaking edges, and you don't know what the problem is, I think the first thing to do is to make sure you don't have a deficiency. You can go get yourself checked out to make sure that you're not deficient in any vitamin, or if you are deficient, something could be done to help, put it back in your system, to help introduce it in your system, maybe a supplement or something. So that's the first thing that could be responsible for your edges thinning. Once you do that and you're still experiencing thin edges, breaking edges, then it might just be that there are some hair practices that you need to stop or you need to introduce in your regimen. So the next thing is to make sure you do not make tight hairstyles. Guys, if you make your hair and you can't smile comfortably, then that hair is too tight. If you make your hair and you can't do this without feeling tension, that hairstyle is too tight. I would advise you to take it down. Now, doing it once might not cause a problem, but something, when you do it consistently, just like doing the right thing consistently will give you good results. If you keep doing the wrong thing consistently, you're also going to see bad results. So if you're fond of making tight hairstyles, please stop this, as this could be what is causing your edges to pull out. And some people's edges are more resilient than others. My edges are very fragile. If I make a tight hairstyle and I take it down, you will notice that I have lost some hair on my edges. So I tend to stay away from tight hairstyles. And sometimes you might just feel, I've spent so much money on this hairstyle, I don't want to take it down. I understand, but I think it's better to take down. Something else that you can do to save your edges is to brush your edges gently. I know some people just have a way of using a brush and brushing the edges roughly. Do it gently, don't do it too much, and make sure your hair is properly moisturized when you're doing it, because if your edges are not properly moisturized when brushing your edges, it could cause breakage. Something that happens quite often, and once you identify what the problem is, it is very easy to stop it. So brush your hair gently when doing it. Don't use force. Some people use toothbrushes to brush their hair properly, old toothbrushes to brush properly, and I know that it just makes your edges really look neat and all that, but if you do it too much and in a rough manner, you could cause your edges to thin over time. Now, this is not something you see the results, the effects of immediately, but when you continue doing this down the line, you're going to now start noticing that your edges are thinning. So in order to save your edges, you have to brush your edges the right way. To help save your edges is that you should take a break from weaves and weave-ons, sewings, and wigs. Guys, I'm not a very big wig person. I wear wigs once in a while, but I know that there are some people that just live on wigs. Now, I'm not bashing anybody, but in order for you to save your edges, guys, you need to be taking breaks from this thing, especially those wigs that you really need to glue to your edges. Over time, taking down this glue could cause your edges to thin and break. So if you can take breaks from wigs and weaves, especially the ones that you need to really glue your edges, it could help you. If you're noticing that your edges are not growing in and you just continue putting those wigs with glue, it could cause serious breakage. Taking a break will really help your edges to recover. Save your edges is that you shouldn't hold your edges in a protective style. You shouldn't pick at everything. It's related to not making your hair style too tight, your protective style too tight. I mentioned my bun is not tight. I'm not grabbing my edges when braiding hair. There's some braiders who feel no strand of hair should be left. They want to make sure they pick every strand. That is going to result in breakage. When you're braiding your hair, please tell them to leave your edges alone. Something else that you could do to save your edges is that you should not scrape dandruff or build up from your hair when your scalp is dry. Guys, I know that it's tempting to just take a comb. Sometimes you see some people doing this, looking at the mirror, doing this, they're scraping dandruff, they're scraping build up. Don't do this. I know you want to take it out of your scalp. You want to just get rid of it from your scalp. What you can do is steam your hair and gently exfoliate. That's what a scalp scrub will be very good, because it will help lift up these things without causing your edges to fall out. Shampoo, when you shampoo and all that, you'll be able to wash it out completely without losing your edges. Guys, trust me, doing this consistently is going to cause your edges to thin over time. It's going to cause breakage. If you're someone who does this, just look at the comb when you're done and you will notice some hair on it because your edges have pulled out. And sometimes it can even cause some injury to your scalp. So don't do this. Make sure you steam your hair. Make sure your scalp is kind of damp. Then you use a scalp scrub on your hair. Even if you're not using a scalp scrub, just massaging and rubbing gently when you're shampooing, it will cause the build up and cause the dandruff flakes to lift from the scalp and to wash off without causing damage to your edges. Guys, you're watching up to now and not subscribed to the channel, please subscribe to the channel. And when you subscribe, that bell by the side, click on it so that whenever I post videos, you'll be one of the first to get them. And please give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. It helps my small channel grow. It helps tell YouTube that you're enjoying it and they can share it to other people. Now to the last point. Guys, use essential oils on your edges. Now, before you rush to start using essential oils, you have to understand one thing. Essential oils should not be used on their own like that on your skin, your scalp. Anyway, don't use essential oils on their own in any part of your body. What you have to do is to dilute your essential oils with a carrier oil. If you use essential oils on their own, it will cause burns, cause serious irritation. So you want to make sure that your essential oil is diluted. Now, which essential oils should you use on your scalp? I will tell you the ones that I personally use and are effective. Rosemary essential oil, tea tree essential oil, peppermint essential oil, lavender essential oil. Now, these ones I use very often, and even clove, but clove could be harsh for some people. So if you've not, in fact, any of the oils, if you've not used them before, please do a patch test with your carrier oil, of course, any carrier oil of your choice, depending on what your hair likes. Do a patch test first. If it works and without causing any irritation, then you use on your scalp. Use it on your edges. Essential oils are known for really penetrating your scalp and doing the work they are supposed to do. Sometimes when you apply them, even after diluting them with the carrier oil, especially something like peppermint, tea tree, you feel some tingling sensation. That's perfectly fine. But please, guys, don't use essential oils directly on your skin, your scalp. Please dilute them properly with a carrier oil. If you've not used any of these essential oils individually, I think before you just combine them all to use the way I've said, you can combine them to use on your edges, or you can use them individually. I'll suggest you use them individually because yes, they are natural, but you could also react to something that is natural. So instead of you putting them all together and doing away with the mix because you're allergic to one of them, it's better for you to just try them one at a time. Then when you know that they are good with you, when you know that they are compatible with your scalp, your skin, then you can now mix them up and use on your scalp to it. Find essential oils that work for you, even if you have some that I've not mentioned here, although these ones are known for boosting circulation, to your scalp. And when blood flows to your scalp, proper circulation, it results in growth. I feel as if I've talked so much. I know that there are many other tips you have that could help save your edges. Please feel free to share in the comment section. Let us know your experience, guys. Let us know. This is a community. We learn every day. If you tell us your experience, somebody else is going to learn from it. I hope you enjoyed this video. Have a blessed day. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.